Hello and welcome to tutorial number 8. Sorry about that last time. I just didn't have time to finish up those last videos. I might not have enough time today. I'm going to try and do about one or two, but we're going to pick up exactly where we left off. And I'm just going to let the videos run into each other as I've been doing, so when they end without explanation, that's why. Alright, so let's pick up where we left off and shrink this down to 16. Actually, we might leave that 32 or 16, whatever you really want for your average floor thickness. Doesn't really have an effect unless you're working in something like SMOD or Counter-Strike, which has bullet penetration, because then the thicknesses of the walls you're creating are actually going to have that purpose of whether or not they'll be thick enough to stop bullets. Um, 16 is pretty much a unit in Hammer is about equivalent to an inch in real life. So 16 units thick, as you can see over here. Screen's a little fuzzy, I know, so you might not be able to read that, but that says 16 units on the side and 448 units across, so that's basically 16 inches thick. So that's about average thickness, I guess. Alright, so I'm going to bring that to, leave that at 32 just for the hell of it for now. You can do what you want. I'm going to bring this up. Hold on, let me get into my zoom in mode here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to bring him up, and you notice right here when I bring this up, I'm going to leave this right on the edge. I want this to be perfect. That's why I'm leaving my grid the same size. The reason I'm not going to leave it down here is just what creates what we call overlapping. Alright, now if we go up here to our 3D camera view, you can see that this face, use my face edit sheet here. This is a face. Each side is referred to as a face, as I've mentioned before. Now, if I am to select this, press X to drag it down, you'll notice that my face is now extending beyond my floor. So basically, I'm rendering this extra portion of a face that no one's ever going to see. Basically, you're just wasting the GPU power because now you're rendering this area here, which no one's ever going to see. I'm going to show you a specific texture too to put on the outside of your map that no one's going to see. It's called no draw, and I'll get to that when we finish up our map here. But for now, make sure that your walls and your ceilings, everything, they meet at corners perfectly. Alright, so now we're going to move over to our top view. Now that we have our wall, we're going to hold shift, click, and drag. Now we're going to release. Alright, now if we scroll back down to our lower view, we're going to zoom out a little bit. You can see that we're right on the money. So that's checked, that's good. Now we'll go back up to the top view here. And we're going to shift, click, drag, and release. Then we're going to right click and go down to transform. A little transform window will come up. On the Z terrain, you're going to type in 90 degrees. That will rotate our object 90 degrees. Now, they should be a perfect square, so when I line this up, we should have it mating with our corners perfectly. Alright, that's good. Now we can just clone it by holding shift, clicking, and dragging across one more time. And we have what looks to be a room. Let's go check out our 3D view. Of course, in the top-down view, you will neglect the fact that we don't have a ceiling. Now, I'm going to explain to you what a leak is. A leak is basically any portion of your map where you can see the black void. Alright, this does not work in game. You can't, if you try to compile this little room right now, it would fail miserably because of this black void up here. You can't have that. So we're going to click here. I'm going to scroll down to our front view or your side view or whatever you want, and you're going to clone your floor and bring it up and made it the same way. I'm actually going to shrink that down to 16 and move this to 16 just because I don't like it. It's making me feel uneven. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see where we are. Now we have a room. Now this room is sealed. This will compile. This will actually work. If I press F9 or I go up to my little compile button right here, or you can go alternatively for the third alternative under File and click on Run Map and go to your compile screen. This will run. This will actually work. Um, because you can't see the black void from anywhere. Now, if I were to take this wall here and I were to move it like this would not work. It would give you an error. It would usually actually tell you that there's a leak detected. Now, if you were to run the map, your visuals will get all sorts of fucked up with this here, and sometimes it won't even run at all. Sometimes it'll just crash the game. So you don't want a leak. Leaks are very bad. So we're going to get, after this map, I'm going to teach you how to